Right. Good afternoon to all of you, my dear little ones. Okay, right. And I welcome all of you to the first seminar related to English medium science. Okay, Puti. So some of you all already know me, and most of you actually don't know me. Hope everyone can hear me clearly, right, Puti? So you know that in your science book, you have 11 lessons, right? In the first term, you are covering 3, and likewise in the second term and in the third term, right? And unfortunately, due to the pandemic situation, last year you have lost almost, I think, 10 months of studies in grade 6. And also, sorry, in grade 5, no? And then you came to grade 6, and in grade 6 also, I think school's been closed for almost 3 months now, right? So we'll pray sooner that it will start, right? To start the schools and the pandemic to be wiped off from the country, right? Let's pray for that one. So then, actually, you are welcome to the eSchool Academy. and I'll be your science teacher. My name is Lochana Ranasingha, as you already know. And I've been working in this field as a teacher for almost 20 years now. And I've been working in private sector as well as in the government sector. Now I'm employed as a government science teacher. And you can find my all the necessary details in the advertisement related to my profile picture, right? And Pute, so when we are working with this thing, and I'm very much privileged to work with the eSchool Academy, one of the best academy in Sri Lanka, and my students who already admit my classes, they really know we have been starting this thing since the beginning of this year, and not in the beginning, in the last year. No, we have started this class last year during the pandemic season, and still we are continuing it without any interruptions, right? And the School Academy will be providing you almost all the subjects in Sinhala and English mediums. And it is continuously running institution. You should be understanding. Most of you might be thinking like, is these online classes only for the pandemic season, right? I'm not considering it to be pandemic season in the pandemic situation. No. eSchool will be guiding you up to your O levels and maybe your advanced level studies online continuously without any interruption in all your subjects, right? All the teachers are working for that one, right? Then that's about your institution and Pute, about the subject, right? I know most of you are very interested in science. No, sometimes some people used to think like, your science is difficult like that. But actually, those who attend my classes, they really know how easy science is, right? When I happen to see the videos that they are sending me about the practicals and all those practical work, I am really happy that they are really doing them. Right, even though we don't have much of the facilities to be, to get grouped and do these activities, but when I happen to tell you to do it like this and that, I'll be always showing you the related videos, Puta. And when doing so, you will understand that how it is done, and you are actually practicing it. Right, I receive so many videos related to your practicals that students are actually doing that. Okay, right. I don't think that you need a single explanation related to this one. I'll go briefly, but anyway, Pute, since we are doing in English medium, right? Welcome to this session right? ඔයාලට දැන් ප්‍රශ්න තියෙනවා අපි සාමාන්‍යයෙන් කතා කරනවා, right? We are talking, right? Now your mics may be muted, but when the time comes in, you will be allowed to turn on the mics, because we are quite different than other online classes. We allow our students to speak, right? Those who are attending my classes, they know that I will be answering each and every student. මම සාමාන්‍යයෙන් my class වල හැම ළමයෙකුටම වගේ කතා කරනවා. Right, අපි චුට්ටක් වෙනස් online class යන ක්‍රමයට අපි board එක ඉස්සරහට ඇවිල්ලා එහෙම වැඩ කරගෙන නැහැ, but you are experiencing something more up to the technology, right? And you are feel free to ask me any question. You can chat with me or you can ask a question when the time is given, right? But my humble request for you that don't speak all the students at one time. Right? At once you don't speak. When you are speaking or asking questions, so one at a time. If someone has started asking question, the others don't disturb them. Okay? Otherwise, it's going to be a nuisance. You know that. Okay, Bhuti? And also this today's session will be streaming live on YouTube. So you can join YouTube also and get the necessary video streaming, right? Okay, Bhuti. Then I think before we start, the first in the first term, you have 3 lessons to be completed. The first one is the the wonders of the living world, right? In the wonders of the living world, we are learning about the living things and how they are different from non-living things, and what are the special features of these living things, and how they interact with the environment, and how we classify these living things, and what are their features, right? How to classify them, we are discussing in that lesson. And in the second lesson, the things around us, can you remember? Mostly things around us will be based on your chemistry, right? Chemistry, or mostly physics, right? Chemistry and both physics is there because of the matter we are talking, that is related to physics, right? Still you are small because we are not separating your lessons into biology, chemistry, and physics. You will be taught all the lessons as a whole under the topic science, right? The second one is actually a physics lesson related to matter and its properties. You will, if you have done it, you will understand how the matter is identified and how they are different from non-material things. Okay, Pute? And in the third lesson, we are discussing about water, right? Today, our lesson is based on these 3 lessons, right? If you ever had any sort of a doubt or any problem, I am assuring you that you're going to solve all those problems, right? And whenever there's a chance, I will be giving you the opportunity to ask the questions, right? You are free to do so, right? Okay, then I think all of you might have received a tutorial. Have you? Yes. You can interact with me by raising your hands. Okay. You can raise your hands in Zoom, right? So I hope everyone has got your tute with. Okay. Right. Tashini, yeah, no problem, Pute. So this today's session is for the newcomers, actually, newcomers and anyone, right? To anyone, we are covering the certain parts in related to the first 3 lessons, right? Now I'm going to share my screen with you. Okay. Right. Hope you can see this one. Yes. Right. This is the tune. Hope you have it. Some of you may be having a hard copy of it, but if you do not have the hard copy, don't worry, right? Hard copy means the printout, right? If you have the printout, it would be very good. But if you don't have the tune, don't worry. Still, we are doing it, right? That means I'm sharing this one. I can see that actually, Ronali, you are having it now. I can see you, right, Pute? Okay. Some of your names I randomly check. Okay, Puta, because there are about 115 students, so I won't be able to check all of you. Okay, right. So the first things first, Pute. You know that, right? Let's see this introduction. Animals, plants, fungi, algae, protozoans, and bacteria are living things. Yeah. So we know that living things are commonly known as organisms. We call the living things commonly as organisms, right? Basically, Bhute, we are concerning about 7 living features. If they show at least one feature out of those 7 features, we can consider it to be a living organism. Is it clear, Bhute? Then these living organisms are different, become different from the non-living things because of these particular features. And these features are like, if you can remember, the growth, the respiration, movement, excretion, responding to stimuli, reproduction, then what is it? Another one? Can you remember now? Right? First of all, growth is there, then respiration, excretion. We have forgotten the nutrition, no? We all love nutrition, so we all are fond of the foods that we are eating. අපි හැමෝම කෑම වලට ආසයිනේ, so I think nutrition අමතක වෙච්ච එකත් හරි පුදුමයි. Okay, nutrition, reproduction, and excretion, right? All these features later, one by one, we will discuss them, right? Scientists can tell living things and non-living things apart because living things behave in ways that non-living things do not, you know that. And scientists, who are the scientists? The scientists are the people who study about science. Oh my God, now you are a person who's studying science. Then are you a scientist? Are you a scientist? Yes, you are a scientist. You are a scientist. But you may not know all the things related to this thing, the scientific field, but you are starting to do so. This is your basic, right? You are starting to learn the science. If you are studying about science, then you are a scientist. Okay? So don't think that you are not a scientist, right? But the main thing is your ultimate goal should be to reach that the perfection, right? To reach the perfection. අපි හැමෝම සයන්ටිස්ලා අපි අනිවාර්යයෙන්ම ස්ටඩි කරනවා සයන්ස් හැබැයි ඒක හරියට කරන්න ඕනේ හරියට කරොත් තමයි අපේ goal එකට reach වෙන්න පුළුවන්. Goal is your target, no? අපේ ඉලක්කයට යන්න පුළුවන්. Every person have their own dreams පුතේ, right? හැමෝටම මේ ලෝකේ හීන තියෙනවා. එහෙම නේද? You might be having your ambition. You are saying, I want to be a doctor, I want to be an engineer, I want to be a pilot, I want to be an army officer, and I want to be something, no? A bank manager, whatever we are saying. I want to be a great businessman, right? Maybe you are having your father's things with you and you're going to inherit them and you're going to work with that one. I know for sure. But whatever it's your target, you have to work for it, right? So this is the basic of working, right? Your grade 6 work, then you are going to your O-level studies, and after that, passing your O-levels, then you go to your A-levels, then you enter the university, right? And then you do a good job and you behave well, right? Right. Dulaine is saying like she wants to be a maths teacher. Very good. I think you're already doing so, no? You're teaching the small ones, the grade 6 boy. Okay, very, very good, very good. Okay, then Pute, it's like that. Then the scientist, now, since you are a scientist, now you have to think like a scientist. If you are a scientist, you have to think like a scientist. So a scientist connect na what? Scientist connect hitanno. Right, Kivindi, you teach science in English medium. Very good, Pute. Right. Yes, Mihisara, you are saying you want to be a microbial scientist. Very good. Very good. I wish you all the best to succeed in your ambitions. Right. But if you work so, actually, you don't need to worry. You can achieve your goal. Right. I wish you all the best. Right, Pute. Then you'll understand this. Scientists have discovered about 1.5 million different kinds of living things on Earth. Living organisms. How many kinds of living organisms are there? How many kinds of living organisms? Oh my God, there are about 1.5 million. 1.5 million means around 15 lakhs, you know. There are about 15 lakhs of different organisms. That means different living beings on Earth. But all these living beings means not only animals, but also the plants and other organisms which are not seen to our naked eye. Who are they? The microorganisms, right? Even though you don't see them, actually they are there. Even in your mouth, they are there. When you open your mouth, there are many microorganisms. Yeah. Yes, Mihisar, I can see that. Very good. Yes. Okay, good. Right, Puti. Then Katyani, you said you want to be a astronaut. Yes, very good. I wish you all the best. And Sakit, you are almost look like out of the space. The planet Saturn is behind you. Oh my God, you are an astronaut already. Very good. Yes. Hey Sanya. Hey Sanya. Yes, you want to be a chef. Very good. Yes, you have a lot of different attitudes in your life. Right, Puti. Anyhow, we shall move into this one. Mention the living features and explain what is meant by each feature. Let's see. First of all, let's see what are these living features. What are the living features that we know of? Our main living feature is, Puti, growth. Okay, hope you can see my screen, right? The first living feature is growth. And another one, respiration. Another one, movement. Okay, Puti? Another one is movement. Right. Then, Adil, you are having wings, it seems like. Right. Then another feature is movement. Another feature, reproduction. Right, let's see. Another one, you respond to stimuli. Respond to stimuli. And then put another feature, excretion. I will later explain you what are these. Excretion. Then another one, we are forgetting it always. You're not you. I forget it always. Nutrition. The most important thing. I used to forget it. Okay. Very good. Anjana, locomotion. Yeah, later I will tell you this one. Okay, let's try to explain what is meant by each feature. What do you mean by growth? Growth is the increase in dry mass of your body. And it should be an unreversible process, right? That means, Pute, can you remember now? You may be having the photographs when you are very small. No, Pabasara, Malindi, Pabasara? Yes? Do you have your photos when you are very small? Yes. Now, do you look like the same of those photos? No, because your size has been increased. Your size has been increased, right? But don't worry, they will not decrease again, right? Your size has been increased, but they don't decrease again. Okay, this is what we call the growth. Okay, we'll write the increase in, you can write it, the increase in size, height, or amount. Right, the increase in size, height, or amount. This is what you call the growth. Then respiration. What is respiration, Puti? Respiration is the process your body produces energy by reacting with the foods. And some waste matter is also made. Yeah, Puti, someone is asking a question. Let's see. Okay, I'll zoom out. All right. I think you can see it. Don't worry if you could not write the last one. So back again, I'm moving there. Right. Then respiration, production of energy by the reaction means Pute, an activity happening in between two things. Okay. Reaction between oxygen and foods. Foods mainly glucose. The food is mainly glucose. Okay, Sanjana, is that clear, Puti? Right. Randomly, I will check your names. When you turn on your videos, only that it will screening here, highlighting on the screen. Right. Yes, Yumit, I will explain you what is stimuli. Right? Later, I will explain you in response to stimuli. Okay? Right, movement. Puti, what is the movement? What do you mean by moving? Right, that means sometimes your body parts can be moved. Now, moving, you know, body parts are moving basically. Right? And the whole body of you can move sometimes. Right? Okay. Then you know that when a certain organism can displace means change the position of the part of their body or the whole body. Yeah, Azik, you are dancing, no? Azik, Ikram. Yes, that means the lesson is so interesting, or you are listening to some songs. Okay, right. I like when you are happy. Very good. Right. So then movement is when your body parts displacing or the whole body. Right. Be right. Displacement of whole body or part of it. This is what you call movement. Then put a reproduction. What do you reproduction? Giving birth to offsprings like that. You are the offsprings of your parents. This is what you call reproduction. same species, giving birth to offsprings of the same species, right? Since you were born to a human mother and father, you are look like human beings. But the dog, no, if she happened to give birth to the small ones, they would be like their mother, no? They look like puppies. They are known as puppies. They won't be like you. එයාලා ඔයාලා වගේ වෙනවද? එහෙම වෙන්නේ නැහනේ. පූස් පැටව බලු පැටව වගේ වෙනවද? No. The kittens will be kittens, the dogs will be dogs, and the other offsprings will be the same in that way, right? Giving birth to offsprings of the same species is known as reproduction. Ekama vishesha, same species, right? Then respond to stimuli. There was a question related to stimuli, right? Stimuli means changes in the environment are known as stimuli, right? The changes in the environment are known as stimuli. And if changes occur in the environment, your body will learn them and you respond to that one. For example, in the night it's dark, so you go to sleep. In the morning the sun rises and the light falls in, and then you wake up. So your body is stimulated by these changes. Can you understand, Pute? When I talk to you, if I ask, like if I call someone, Dinaya, now she heard it, no? She heard it. You heard what I said because the change was my sound, then you had responded to it. Responded like, oh my God, who's calling me? Like that, you know? So just, that is the respond. ඔයා ඒකට දක්වන ප්‍රතිචාරය තමයි පුතේ respond එක කියන්නේ, right? This is what is it, right? Respond to stimuli. I think your question will be answered. I mean, should have been answered by now. Okay, respond to stimuli, right? That means react to the changes of the environment and inside the body. Right? If you happen to eat something really bad, what will happen to you? Your stomach will start to ache. You will get stomach ache. That is a change in your internal environment inside your body, right? You will be responding to that one also. Like that, you will be responding to it, no? That is also a response. අපි හැම එකටම respond කරනවා. ගෙදර හැමෝටම වද දෙනවා. Okay, expression. Now, since there are so many things happening inside your body, there are waste substances produced. So they can become toxic to your body. So they should be sent out of the body. This process is known as excretion. Waste substances. So they should not be kept in the body. They should be sending out. Don't ask me how you are doing it. You go to the toilet and do it. Okay. So then, sending the waste matter out of the body. Right. This is what you call excretion. Right. Then nutrition. Your favorite word, I know. I hope every one of you have had your lunch by now. Yes, all may have taken your lunch. Why do we need foods? Foods provide us nutrients needed for our body. The foods will provide you with nutrients. Nutrients are essential for your growth, and they are essential for the functions like the other functions of your body, and to protect your body against diseases, and also to repair the damaged parts, right? For all these functions, you need foods, right? Foods means actually nutrients in them. In order to get nutrients separately, you can't buy the nutrients from the shop, no? You never go to the supermarket and ask, please give me 1 kilogram of calcium, 1 kilogram of magnesium, 1 kilogram of carbohydrate. No, we don't get them like that. For that, we are eating the foods. අපි මේවට foods ගන්නවා. අපි කියලා nutrients separately ගන්නෙ නැහැ. Vitamins වෙනම අපිට ගන්න කඩේ තියෙනවා. The doctors will advise you to buy them when you are sick or something, you know. When you are sick and when you can't eat other foods like that, then they are advising to get certain vitamins and all that. Otherwise, you have to get them from the foods that you eat. Okay. Nutrition. Provide the nutrients essential for the growth and protection of the body. Growth and protection of the body. Okay, this is how we define nutrition. Right, now those are the main 7 features of, right. One to 7 rules. Okay, Buddha. I will zoom out. Growth, respiration, movement, reproduction, respond to stimuli, excretion, and nutrition. Okay. Right. I'll be moving to the next one then. Name the main categories of living organisms. I told you there are 3 main categories of living organisms. Dulain, right. So then name the main categories of living organisms. Right. There are 3 types of living organisms. Who are they? Plants, animals, and microorganisms. Very easy. Okay, we write it. Okay. Plants, animals, and microorganisms. Basically, but the microorganisms are not to be seen to our naked eye. You know that, right? In order to observe them, you need a special instrument. What do you call this special instrument? That is known as the microscope. And there are many different types of microorganisms. Sorry, microscopes, like microorganisms. There are many different types of microorganisms. In order to observe them, we have to use microscope. That's what I was telling you. There are different types of microscopes as well. Light microscope, electron microscope, and tunneling electron microscopes, and there are And when it comes to light microscope, there are many different versions of light microscope as well. Okay. Then asking, who are the microorganisms? Okay, who are these microorganisms? They are very special. The organisms which are not seen to the naked eye. Naked eye means පුතේ our normal vision. අපිට සාමාන්‍ය පේන විදිහට තමයි අපි කියන්නේ naked eye. Right? You don't see them to your naked eye. සාමාන්‍ය විදිහට ඔයාලට පේන්නේ නැහැ. If you wear the spectacles like me, even that won't help to observe the microorganisms. Therefore, you have to use a compound microscope for this one. Definitely, you have to use a compound microscope. Basically, compound microscopes have at least 2 convex lenses, maybe more than that. Okay, at least 2 should be there. Right. The organisms which are not to be seen to the naked eye. Yes, this should be the answer. Yes, Binal, Situki, I can see your answers, right? Ronuli, Ryan, no? Then Binal, you have sent Kivindi, I can see your answers. Aima, yes. Diashi, I can see your answers. You did not have the tute. Pute, there's a number in your here. You can contact eSchool and I'll ask you to send that tute, right? Or else I'll put the tute in this chat. You can collect it, right? Wait a minute, I'll put it in the chat. Wait a minute. Those who do not have the tute, now you can collect it from this chat, right? Okay. Name the groups of microorganisms. Basically, there are a few groups of microorganisms. You know that. Yes, Ronnie, you are answering me. Yes, Pute. I will tell you like this. Mainly, bacteria is one group of microorganisms. Another one is Pute, fungi. Another one is protozoa. Another group is Pute, what? Algae. Algae are very important because they have chlorophyll that they can produce their own foods by photosynthesis. And another most controversial type is the virus. The viruses are the tiniest, smallest kind of microorganisms. With the light microscope, you cannot observe virus. If you want to observe virus, you must get the help of very advanced equipment, that is the electron microscope. Now, these days, this pandemic had caused by a certain virus. You know that. There is a coronavirus. Okay? Okay. So they are very important to learn, and you know how to get rid of them as well. But since we do not get the precautions, they can enter your body. Right. These are the main 5 kinds of microorganisms that you should be keeping in your mind. Okay. Now, when it comes to the animals, and another feature now, the feature of the animals or the living organisms is the movement, right? And especially this locomotion. I have seen some of you have mentioned in the chat that when I ask the features of living organisms, some people have, some of you, right? The students actually, but you have answered like locomotion. This locomotion means moving from one place to another. Moving from one place to another. You can do so because you can walk, some animals can run, some can fly, some can swim, right? Some are crawling, right? When they are crawling also, they can move from one place to another. That is called locomotion. But Pute, plants, a special kind of living organisms, actually they can't locomote. Plants ලට එක තැනකින් තව තැනකට යන්න බෑ පුතේ. Then නැත්තම් your guava tree in your garden, next day it should be on your neighbor's garden. නේද? ඔයාලගේ guava tree එකේ ඉන්න මේ garden එකේ ඉන්න guava tree එක හෙට උදේ වෙනකොට අල්ලපු ගෙදර තියෙනවා neighbor එකේ. ඒතර neighbor එක fight කරන්න වෙනවා. ඒක ඉල්ල ගන්න. But fortunately plants do not move in that way. Plants cannot locomote. Plants ලට එහෙම යන්න බෑ. So that is an advantage, no? Okay, Puti. So locomotion is moving from one place to another. But when we are talking about the living features, you should not mention about locomotion. ඔයාලා කොයි වෙලේකවත් locomotion කියන එක කියන්න එපා. Because it is unique to plants and certain microorganisms. Sorry, it is unique to animals and certain microorganisms. ඒක unique වෙන්නේ ඒක කරන්න පුළුවන් animals ලටයි සමහර microorganisms ලටයි විතරයි. Therefore, when we are talking about the common living features, please don't mention locomotion. අපි common features ගැන කතා කරද්දී locomotion කියන එක ලියන්න කියන්න එපා. Instead of that one, you can write movement. Movement කියන එක ලියන්න පුළුවන් ඔයාලට. Because locomotion is also a movement. Okay. So I think you can understand that one. Okay, let's go to the tube. Now write the mode of locomotion of following animals. There are certain animals I have given. Birds, tiger, snake, fish, human being, coral, polyp, horse. Right, let's see how do they locomote, how they move from one place to another. Right, birds, how do they move? They fly with wings. Like this, they fly with wings. Tiger, they can run or walk with how many legs? 4 legs. Right. Then the snake, they crawl. Crawl means badagagane. They crawl with scales. Scales tamayalata help karane. Right? And the fish, they swim with fins. Okay. The students those who attend my classes, mage classes වල ඉන්න කට්ටිය දන්නවා අපි මේවා කොයි කාලෙද කරලා නේද දැන්. So we have to complete another one lesson. අපිට මේ term එකේ මේ අවුරුද්ද වැඩ වලින් just one lesson we have left. That is the weather and climate. Right? We have already completed. Okay, so this Friday also you have the classes, Pute. So you can join that. We are starting the new lesson. Weather and climate, right? Then human being, how do we locomote? We basically walk with 2 legs. Right. And coral polyp. Actually, coral polyp do not locomote. It does not move from one place to another. Okay, then horse, basically horse will run with 4 legs. Okay, hope it's clear to you. The class will be finishing at 5 o'clock today. Only 2 hours I'll be taking this seminar. Right. And plants also move. Do they move? The plants cannot locomote, but still they can move. You have to keep that in your mind. Plants will locomote karanda baya. That means they cannot move from one place to another, but still they can show certain movements. One example, the apex. Apex is the top part of the plant. Apex basically grow towards the sunlight. That is one movement of plants. Apex grow towards the sunlight. That is one example for plant movement. Another one, roots grow towards the gravity. Gravity is the special force created by the center of the earth, actually the earth, the mass on the earth. නේද අපි ගුරුත්වාකර්ෂණ බලය කියන්නේ පෘථිවියේ කේන්ද්‍රයට පෘථිවියේ මැදට තමයි ඒක ඇදගන්නේ to the center of the earth. Roots grow towards the gravity. Okay, roots grow towards the gravity. Now these are just 2 examples of plant movements. Anjana, you're asking that you can write creeping. Yes, creeping and crawling both are the same, no? Creeping and crawling both are the same. Remember that one. Dineti, yes, if you have the facilities, you just get a printout. Right, now I'll be moving to the question number 7. Name the gases inhaled. Now this is related to respiration. The gases inhaled and exhaled in respiration. Yes, Kalisha, yes, this actually today's seminar is free of charge, right? You don't need to pay for that. Name the gases inhaled and exhaled in respiration, right? What is the gas we inhale? Inhale means you take inside your lungs. Ape lungs athurata ganni. What is it? You will taking oxygen. Exhale. Exhale, you send it out. That is carbon dioxide. Right. Okay, Buddhi. Then write a substance which can be used to identify carbon dioxide in exhale air. If you can remember that practical, what's the substance that we have used to identify this carbon dioxide gas in the exhale air? That is in common, we used to name it like lime water. Correct. Lime water. But the lime water means actually calcium hydroxide in chemical name. Okay, the ninth one. Write three differences between plants and animals. Right. But this one very important. Make we have to practice it. When you are writing the differences or similarities, api වෙනස්කම් hari සමානකම් hari අපිට తెలియదు. Always write inside a table. Now these are very useful tactics that you have to use, right? In the exams also, මේවා මේ විදිහට ඔයාලා පුතේ follow කරනවා නම්, මේ steps follow කරනවා නම්, you will be definitely do not lose the marks. මේවා ඔයාලට ලකුණු අඩු වෙන්නේ නැති ක්‍රමමේ, right? Write three differences between plants and animals, right? When you are writing the differences, right, that one feature is written on the plant side, the same thing should be written on the other side as it is absent. අපි එක පැත්තක ලියන fact එක අනිත් පැත්තේ නැහැයි කියලා ලියවෙන්න ඕන. Yes, yes. Mihisara Pute, there are three lessons for the first term. Okay, right. Then see three differences between now. You know that plants have that green color. What is the reason for the green color? The pigment called chlorophyll. But animals, yes, animal side we have to say the same feature as they do not have it or the absence of it, right? Then you can write do not have chlorophyll. Very good. And another important feature of plants, they can produce their own foods. Can produce foods. But animals cannot produce foods. Right. And on the plant side, I will write another one. If you can remember, the growth of plants are unlimited. Yes, Pute. Animals are autotrophs. That's why we say that they can produce foods. Plants have an unlimited growth. That means even their death, till their death, they will grow. But animals won't be like that. At a certain stage, their growth will stop. But they will continue to live, but the growth will stop at a certain stage. On the animal side, we can write growth is limited. Okay. Right, quickly we shall move along with this one. Okay, there we have to prepare a dichotomous key. You know, in a dichotomous key, we categorize the things into two groups according to the presence or absence of certain features. Neither යම් feature එකක් අපි ඒක තියෙන හෝ නොතිබෙන බව අනුව අපි කොටස් දෙකකට බෙදා ගන්නවා. This is what you call classification with the dichotomous key. Right. I have given you certain organisms: lotus, parrot, earthworm, lion, coconut, crow, shark, and jack. Okay. Then you have to divide all these things into two groups, right? Step by step, with a certain feature like the presence of the absence of that particular feature. යම් කිසි ලක්ෂණයක් තියෙනවා හෝ නැතිවීම මත අපි මෙයාලව බෙදාගෙන යන්න ඕනේ. And finally you must have one thing at the end of the flowchart. Flowchart එකේ කෙලවරේ අන්තිමට එකක් තියෙන්න ඕනේ. Right. Let's see this one. Lotus, parrot, earthworm, lion, coconut, crow, shark, jack. Yes. I can see here lotus, coconut, jack, they are plants, right? So I will separate it like this. Plants. And in this side, Pute, we can't write animals. We have to say the opposite of this. If this is plants here, not plants. Okay. Now, what are the plants? Lotus, coconut, and then jack. Then the rest of the things that left here should be put into not plants. Parrot, earthworm, then put a lion, crow, and shark. Right. Now here three of the substances you have. Back again you have to separate by using a particular feature which you can see from the outside. Lotus and coconut, lotus, coconut, jack. Right. I will write lotus are found in the aquatic environment, no? So I will write aquatic. Here this one I will say, how do I say? Non-aquatic. Okay. What are the aquatics? Lotus. Then non-aquatic, coconut and jack. Okay. Further, here you can't divide this one further, but here you can. We'll have a feature. Coconut and jack. Coconut have an unbranched stem. And jack will be having a branched stem. So what is the unbranched stem? Coconut, branch stem, jack. Okay. Then that is the end of this one because everything is finished, right? Because at the end one has left. But here we have many. How to do that? You have a parrot, earthworm, lion, cow, shark. You can say can fly. The other one cannot fly. You have to use easy things, right? Who can fly? Parrot and crow. Who cannot fly? Earthworm, lion, and shark. Here also you have two Bute. Then you have to divide this one as well. I will say bird, a bird, not a bird. Who is the bird here? Parrot, not a bird. Ah, sorry. You can't. I was reading like cow. I'm sorry. You can't take it. Wageth දැන් Spain නැද්ද with වයසයි. Both are birds, no, can fly, and we can't take this. How do we? Green in color. Who is green in color? Green in color. Not green in color. Green one is the parrot. Not green. It's not green. Crow. Now here you have, now this side is already completed. Cannot fly, earthworm, lion, and shark. Live in soil. Who live in soil? Earthworm. Then here you can say, do not live in soil. Who are they, Pute? Who can't, who don't live in soil? Lion and shark. Then who lives in water? Right. Who lives in water? The animals who live in water, we say aquatic. And not aquatic. Aquatic shark. Not aquatic lion. Finished like that. Dulain, you're writing, no? This is how a dichotomous key must be completed. Please copy that. Okay, Bhute. Then I think it's clear to you the dichotomous key, right? Now I will be moving along with this one. Oh, okay. The second one. This is related to the second part, right? Anything that takes up space is called matter. Air, water, rocks, and even people are examples of matter. Different types of matter can be described by their mass. No? The mass of an object is the amount of material that makes up the object. Right. So here means, Pute, the matter, the material things, matter means they have a certain mass and a volume. Volume means the space they occupy. එයාලා ගන්න ඉඩ ප්‍රමාණය. And mass is the amount of substance in it. Right? Pute, this is a revision seminar, right? This is a seminar. That's why I'm moving a bit quickly. This is not like teaching a lesson. To teach this lesson, I will be taking about 1 to 2 weeks. But here actually, we are just reminding what you have learned, okay? වෙච්ච ඒවා ඉගෙන ගත්ත ඒවා පොඩ්ඩක් මතක් කරලා දෙන එක විතරයි මම මෙතනදී කරගෙන යන්නේ. හරි ඒකයි චොට්ටක් ඉක්මනට යන්නේ. otherwise you might feel අයියෝ මේම කොහමද මේ කරගෙන යන්නේ like that you might be feeling. එහෙම හිතෙන්න පුළුවන්. Okay. Then පුතේ volume, amount of substance, space occupy, the volume, right? If you have these two features, then it is known as what? Material thing, right? Right? Two features of matter. What are these two features? Have a mass and have a volume. Mass is the amount of substance present in a particular object. ඕනිම වස්තුවක substances කොච්චර තියෙනවද කියන එක තමයි පුතේ mass එක කියලා කියන්නේ. That is measured in kilograms. You know that volume is measured in cubic meters. Seluni, is it clear what I am telling you? Sanjana, no, I'm Sanjana. Kesara, how is it? I can see you are writing. Tisumi, yes. Ashmita, Sahas, is it clear? Right, okay. Then Pute, the states of matter. You know that matter exists under three main states. What are they? Solids, liquid, and gas. These are the main three states of matter. Setumsa, yeah, I can see what you have written. Very good. Right, randomly I'm checking your cameras, right? And your screen says Dinas, no? Very good. Yeah, I can see that. Right, then write three properties of each state of matter. And yes, for all these three states, you have to write one property each. Okay, state of matter, let's see. First of all, solid. Then the liquid, then the gas. Okay, now let's see their properties. We'll try to discuss three properties each. Solids, they have a definite volume, no? Definite mass and definite volume. That is a feature related to all the states of matter. And they have a definite shape. Have a definite shape. නිශ්චිත හැඩයක් තියෙනවා. Then what else do they have? They cannot flow. and they cannot be compressed. Compressing means by applying a force, uh, the ability to reduce the volume, but you can't do that. Volume එක පුතේ reduce කරන්න බැහැ. Okay, cannot be compressed. Liquids, they don't have a definite, do not have a definite shape. එයාලට හැඩයක් නෑ නේද පුතේ? And can flow. They also cannot be compressed. එයාලව compress කරන්නත් බෑ. Gases, they don't have a definite shape or a volume. Definite volume කියලා පිළියමු පුතේ. Only 3 we have to write now. Right, I'm skipping certain facts and telling you. Yes, dichotomous key. Ryan, very nice Pute. So you can join with us when you love science. We all love science, no? Okay, very good Pute. Wait a minute, I'll give you a small time to write the dichotomous key back again, right? Dichotomous key එක ලියා ගන්න බැරි වෙච්ච අයට මම තව චූටි chance එකක් දෙන්නම් මේකෙන් පස්සේ. Okay. Do not have a definite volume, and gases also can flow, and also they can compressed. Can be compressed. Very good. You can quickly copy down this. Okay, Ethni. Okay. Okay, Rashmita. Right. Indumini, Pute, have you finished? Yes, very good. Okay, I'll put the dichotomous key for 1 minute. Okay. If you have missed that, please copy it down. Okay, but I think the time is enough for you now. Right. Explain the following physical properties of solids. Right. You know that the solids have different properties, right? Like the texture being rough or smooth. You have you can consider the malleability, ductility. Dulain aquatic means live in water, and malleability, ductility, brittleness, electric conductivity, heat conductivity, right? And also with the giving a sonorous sound, right? So just like that. Okay, Bhute? So just like that, there are so many different features, right? Let's try to understand the given features. Let's see whether you can remember them. Malleability. What do you mean by malleability? Malleability means the ability to hammer into thin sheets without breaking, right? Ability to hammer into thin sheets without breaking. අපිට තලන්න පුළුවන්. Very good, Putte. Without breaking. Very good. Hope you can read my beautiful handwriting. You met? You got a smile, no? When you hear my beautiful handwriting word? Oh. What to do, Putte? Here I can't write properly. I'm using my writing pad now. So time to time, I can write, but I want to save time. That's the thing. I'm quickly writing it. Okay. Dulen, you say letters are beautiful. Thank you very much. Hats off. That means you haven't seen any proper handwriting. That okay, okay. Just right, Putte. I'll be moving to the next property. Ductility. What do you mean by ductility? Ductility is the ability to drawn into thin wires. අර කම්බි බවට පත් කරන්න පුළුවන් හැකියාව. Ability to drawn into thin wires. Okay. But there is a special announcement from the school. If there is anyone who's joining the class through the YouTube channel, right? Through the YouTube live streaming, they can send a message to the particular number to the school and they can get the tune. Okay? Do you understand? If there's anyone who's on the YouTube, you can send a message to that particular number, the e-school number, and then you can get the tune. Right? That is a special announcement for the students who are joining through the YouTube stream. Okay. Then the brittleness. The brittleness means if you hammer it or if you struck with something, it will shatter. Shatter means break into small pieces, no? Like glass, can you remember? That is it, right? So the brittleness, we write it like that. The tendency to shatter. Shatter means break. When struck by something. The glass, hope you can understand. That is just one example, right? Glass is just one example, like coal you can consider, no? Anguru. And the camper, kapuru, they also break like that, no? Then hardness. Hardness, very hard. What do you call? Yes, hard means the ability to resist scratches and abrasion. Right? Okay, Sachin, thank you for your kind words, right? Yes, I always love my students, right? All the students who still, okay, me, sir, yeah. Those who join with me for almost 1 year now, they know about me very well, I think. Okay. Not exactly, Dulen. Sometimes I'm now these seminars I will be doing, right? Because in our regular class, next week we are starting the last lesson. After finishing that one, there will be two sessions of the revision part from the second term and the third term. So you can catch up with that one. Okay. Then texture. Texture is the what you feel when you touch, right? Being smooth or rough, no? Like talc powder කියලා අපි කියන මොනගාන, that is basically talc. Talc is very smooth, but you know, when you touch a sandpaper, that will be very rough. That is known as the texture, right? Brian, okay, good. Then you write it like this: the nature of the surface being rough or smooth. Yeah. This is what you call texture. Which experiment, Katyana, you are telling me? You have to type. I think you cannot unmute yourself. I will give you a chance later, right, to unmute and talk with me. Okay, Buddhi. Yeah. Right. So then there's a small activity. Can you remember this activity? A paper or a paper a tissue or something is struck inside the bottom of a glass, and the glass is inserted in a water-filled beaker or something, a jar, something like that. When you take it out, still you will find the serviette or the paper has not got wet. Have you done this one in the school or somewhere else? This experiment? Yes, you may have seen. Put here, write the observations. What are your observations here in this one? Even though the glass is immersed in water, the paper did not get wet. That is your observation. Observation means, Adisha, just what you see there. Okay, that is what you call observation. Okay. Then what is the exact property tested by this experiment? What property do we test in this one? The property is actually here, Bhute, the paper did not get wet. The reason is the air is filled in the glass, that it occupies that space and the water could not enter the glass. That make it hard හේතුව තේරෙන්නේ නැති. කඩදාසිය තෙමුනේ නැත්තේ, the air has occupied that space and water could not go inside. Water will ඇතුළට යන්න බෑ because air has already occupied. So that our conclusion is that air is made, both air and water made up of matter. So matter has a volume. That should be your final decision. That is what you call the conclusion. Okay, your conclusion should be like that. Right. Then right. We'll write it like this. Both air and water need space to occupy. That means have a volume. This is what we have checked. I think it's better to go to the next question. That is the end of this particular number 2 question, right? Then Pute, the third and the last one, that is related to water, right? Water, a substance composed of the chemical elements hydrogen and oxygen and existing in gaseous liquid, and solid state. It is one of the most plentiful and essential of compounds, a tasteless and odorless liquid at room temperature. Most of the properties of water has been explained in this paragraph, right? Then it is tasteless, odorless, and it is a liquid in room temperature, right? And it can dissolve many substances, right? That means the water is known as a universal solvent, right? Most of them, right? Right? Three sources of water. What do you mean by the sources? Sources are the places or objects where you get water. Very easy. Where do you get water? Our main source of water is the rain. And you can get water from rivers. And also you get water from springs. Right from the springs, you get underground water. Hazik, is that okay, Bhutan? Yes, very good. Dinaya, is that clear? Yes, I can see you. Yes, hi, Chanumi. I can see what's on your t-shirt saying hi. Right. Then, yes. Binal, is it clear? Right, very good. Write an example each for the following states of water, right? What is the best example for solid water? Example for solid water? Nothing other than ice is the most common, and even you can write snow. No, snow, ice, sleet, hail, you can say, right? Liquid water is just the water, we say, liquid water. And gaseous water can be water vapor, and the water vapor at high temperature, around 100 degrees Celsius, we call steam. Water vapor and steam වල වෙනසක් තියෙනවා පුතේ. Steam means the water at the boiling point. That is 100 degrees Celsius. But water vapor can be found under any temperature. Okay? Okay. Good, Ryan. Yeah, I got your answer. Then write the three main ways in which water exists. What are the three main ways which the water exists? Water can exist as precipitation. That is like the rain, sleet, hail, snow. That is all are coming from the clouds to the ground. Okay? And the other one is the water you found on the surface of the earth. What do you call it? Surface water. Rivers, lakes, ponds, oceans, everything is known as surface water. And Pute, the other one is groundwater. To get the ground, you have to dig the ground. Yes. Yes, Sanjana. To get the groundwater, you have to dig the ground. Right? Right? Like the wells and springs, tube wells. Springs are also known as fountains. All are the same that you get water, the groundwater. Okay, you met. All right. Then give an example each for the following types of water. Right. Where do you find fresh water? Fresh water in rivers, pond, well, spring, rain, even you can find fresh water. Fresh water is the water. Tisumi, any problem with it? No, right. Then river, pond, well and spring, everywhere you can find fresh water. Fresh water is the water with least amount of salt dissolved in them, right? Salts කියන්නේ ලවණ අඩුවෙන්ම දිය වෙලා තියෙන ඒවා තමයි පුතේ what we call fresh water. And the marine water with the high salinity. High salinity means there are so many salts dissolved in it. You can't drink marine water. Where do you find marine water? In ocean and seas. Seas are smaller than the oceans, Pute, right? Okay, then the brackish water. Brackish water has the salinity in between fresh water and marine water. Well, marine water is fresh water. දෙක අතර මැද salinity එකක් තියෙන්නේ කාටද? Brackish water. Hope you can remember that one. Okay, then brackish water will be found in lagoons. Right, lagoons, and then you will find in estuaries. Estuaries are the environments where rivers meet the sea. ගඟක් මුහුදට වැටෙන තැන තමයි පුතේ estuaries තියෙන්නේ. Okay, at that place also you can find brackish water because fresh water and marine water is mixing up. Sorry. Then write 3 uses of water for humans. For us, why do we need water? We need water for agriculture. We need to grow the plants for our foods. And for drinking, no? For drinking and for cleaning. For all these purposes, we need water, Buddhi. Okay? Just, you know these are very simple things. Yes, Bina, to grow plants, Brian, to produce foods. Yes, very good. Then we'll move on to the next one. Write 2 uses of water to plants. There are 2 very important. One thing you know, okay, write 2 uses of water for plants. Ethni, I will answer your question later, right? Yeah. They are helping the growth. Yes, true. But basically, plants need water to absorb minerals from the soil. If you don't have water, they can't absorb now. You means, I mean, I'm referring to the plants. If the soil don't have water, then they can't absorb minerals elsewhere. වතුර තිබුණ නැත්නම් පුතේ යාලට minerals ගන්න බෑ. That's why when you add fertilizers, you have to add water. Okay? So we write to absorb minerals from the soil. Minerals will be dissolved in water and then only the plants can absorb. Another important thing, growth, Pute, Anjana, growth is okay, but we have some more important answers than that, right? Growth වලට අපිට water ඕනි කියනට වැඩිය ඒකේ biological aspect එක අපි බැලුවොත් එහෙම like absorbing minerals from the soil, and another thing, the photosynthesis. Photosynthesis is the production of food in plants, you know that, right? The food is produced by the photosynthesis. Water is a raw material. Water is reacting with carbon dioxide and they produce glucose and oxygen. You know this. This is very important. You may write for photosynthesis. Okay. Then, what is the consumable amount of water on Earth? Even though almost 75% of the Earth is covered by water, we cannot consume all of them, right? So there will be only a very less amount of water which we can consume. That will be 0.01%. You can understand. This is only a very small amount of water. Okay. Then you know, due to many activities of human beings, especially human beings, there are so many unnecessary wastages are added to the water, right? Then because of this reason, the water become unsuitable for the consumption, and it may become unsuitable for the existence of other living organisms in water. This is known as water pollution, right? So I'm asking, write three methods in which water gets polluted. Okay, what are three methods? By adding garbage to the water, you know that, no? Kunu them, right? You write there by adding garbage to the water. Right. Another one, Buddha? From certain factories like that, from the industrial environment, you'll find there are certain chemicals mixed up with the water, right? That is another reason for the water to get polluted. You may write by adding chemical wastages to water. Ronuli, are you tired? Yes, feel like you are tired. Okay, just wait another 10 minutes only. We'll finish up. Okay, very good. Katyana, how are you? Fine, no? Yes, very good. Misar also feels a little bit, you know, is it tired or something else? Okay, okay, right. Then another method that water gets polluted by adding, now, you know, in the sea, recently there was an accident happened in a ship had sunken, no? So do you know the harm that had happened to the ocean water? Lot of chemicals were added, no? Right. So then here by adding mineral oils, these are only three ways that water gets polluted. There are many more than this, right? Very good, Netu. Mineral oils, yes. Mineral oils can be crude oil, some diesel, petrol, like that. Basically, the ships are transporting crude oil. And then when they're taken here, they will be refined and separate the diesel, petrol, and LP gases and other things. Right. Then Pute, mention three methods how we can minimize water pollution. Now it is our duty to minimize the water pollution. How can you do that? You can avoid adding garbage to the water. You can avoid adding chemical wastages to the water. And also you can avoid adding mineral oils to water. The same thing you have to write like that. Okay, that is very easy question. By avoiding the addition of garbage to water. Then another one you can write by avoiding the addition of wastages to water. Another one by avoiding. All these things actually we can avoid. මේ ඔක්කොම අපිට නවත්ත ගන්න පුළුවන් දේවල් පුතේ. අපේ නොසැලකිල්ල හින්දා තමයි මේවා ඇඩ් වෙන්නේ. ඉතින් අපිට ඒවා කල්පනාකාරීව if you can safely handle these things, we can save water very easily. All right. The last question now. Mention 3 ways which water is essential for the existence of life. How water is important for the existence of life. ජීවීන්ට මොනවද පුතේ අපිට තියෙන ප්‍රයෝජනේ වැදගත්කම? What is that? Previously we have written like for plants to absorb minerals, they need water, no? For plants to absorb minerals. Then for photosynthesis, and in our body to digest food. Okay, and to cool the bodies, I can write many to cool the bodies and to transport nutrients inside the body, whatever you can write, there are many. If you study your previous notes or if you study the textbook, you will find all these necessary details related to the questions. Okay. Then Pute, this is what we have planned for today, right? I believe that you have polished up what you have learned in the first term of your grade 6, right? And I hope this seminar had helped you to brush up your memory. Am I correct? If it is true, you can raise up your hands, right? Yes, very good, Dinaya, right? So that means, did I help you in this seminar? At least a little bit? If I have done, that is my target. That is the target of our e-school. Okay, Pute? Right. So then, I think for today, we have completed our activities, right? You can write what you feel about the session, our seminar in your words, and you can send me through the chat, right? I really appreciate your feedbacks, right? So then in the next time, we can, if we have certain drawbacks, we can improve them. And if we have some important things, we can still carry on them along with the next session, no? Along to the next session, right? Then, Pute, any one of you need to ask me anything? So I think we can give you a chance here. But if you speak, you have to speak like one person at a time. I think now you may get a chance to unmute yourself. Can you do that? Still can't.
Yes,
sir. Now I think you can.
Now can. Okay, sir. Now can.
Yes.
I haven't problem.
I have a question, sir.
Yes, please ask me.
Sir, before I ask you, is the e-school going to start a new program to the students that didn't learn first and second?
Yeah, e-school. Yes, yes. For that, I will be answering now. E-school will be arranging certain courses related to the first term work, second term work, and third term work to cover up the work related to those terms as courses, right? They will arrange that one and let you know sooner. They will advertise that one. Okay, Pute? Right. And anything else? Yes, Minsara?
Yes, sir. Can you show us again the timetable again? The timetable.
Timetable, yeah. That's over to the school. They will show you that one, right?
No, just put it to the WhatsApp group.
Yeah, they will do that. They will do that. You are in the WhatsApp group, no? Okay.
Thanks again, sir. You brushed up the memory of science again. Thank you.
Very good. I am really happy when you are doing like that, right? Okay. I'm really happy. Then,
I learned a lot.
Yes.
That today seminar is.
Okay, Asangi, right. We will do that. Yes, Pute?
Sir, can I leave this meeting?
Okay, yeah, right. So if you have any other work, you can leave, Pute, right? And thanks for coming today. If you have questions only, you can stay here.
Thank you. Sir,
Okay, you're welcome.
I want to tell you something.
Bye, sir.
Okay, Pute, goodbye. Right, very good.
Is this program has
Yeah.
I want to tell you something, sir.
Bye, sir.
Dulen, yes, we'll discuss it later. Right, Dulen.
Today's seminar is good, sir. We learn lots of things today, sir. Thank you for that, sir.
Okay. I'm happy. Right, Pute.
Thank you, this program has every week. Thank you, sir.
Yes, Pute. Every week in the sense we have our regular class there, right? So then if you wish, you can join there. You can contact that school number and you get the necessary details. Okay?
Okay, sir.
Okay, Pute.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Okay, sir.
Okay, you're welcome. All of you welcome.
Thank you, sir. God bless you, sir.
Okay, stay safe and thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Lots of thank you, sir. We learned
Okay, Dule. Okay, I appreciate.
Night, sir.
Okay, goodbye.
Goodbye, sir.
Okay, goodbye. And even those who are on the YouTube stream, I say goodbye to all of you.
Bye, sir.
Okay, goodbye.
Stay safe, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Bye, sir.
Okay.
Stay safe.
Goodbye, sir. Stay safe.
Okay, Bhute. Thank you.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, Bhuta.
So in my area, there is no shop for get photocopy. What should I do?
Pute, right. We will discuss with the school academy and we'll arrange something for you. Okay. If you can't get it, it doesn't matter. You get the PDF of the tute now. You Pute, write it in your book. Okay. That in that way you can manage it. Okay. Don't worry about it.